Do you really need to suffer to grow? Or is that just a story we've been told? We hear it daily. No pain, no gain. Struggle builds character. These mantras create a specific psychological expectation. We begin to equate the intensity of our discomfort with the value of our progress, assuming that if it doesn't hurt, it isn't working. This shows up in the way we view overwork. We treat chronic burnout as a metric of productivity, overlooking the physiological signals that the body and mind have reached their limit. Eventually, people begin to seek out misery as a point of pride. They incorporate the struggle into their core identity, believing that the friction itself provides their life with meaning. But we have to ask if this is actually true. Does transformation require a crucible of pain, or have we ignored the possibility of growing through peace? The idea that hardship is a tool for strength is rooted in ancient Stoicism, most notably in the writings of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. For the Stoics, obstacles and resistance are not accidents. They are structural components of life that must be integrated rather than avoided. Aurelius famously argued that the obstacle becomes the way. In this view, resistance provides the very friction necessary to move forward. Here, suffering acts as a tempering process. By facing difficulty head-on, the individual builds the mental endurance and resilience required for higher levels of responsibility. To the Stoic, avoiding the struggle is the same as avoiding the mechanism that allows a human being to evolve. Yet, another ancient school of thought rejected this glorification of pain. The philosopher Epicurus viewed the pursuit of hardship as a mistake. Epicurus argued that the primary goal of human life is ataraxia, a state of inner peace and the complete absence of mental and physical distress. He warned that seeking out pain or accepting unnecessary suffering was a failure of logic. If a path toward a goal could be taken without agony, that was the superior path to choose. In the Epicurean framework, transformation is achieved through clarity and equilibrium. You don't need a crisis to change. You need a stable environment that allows for deep reflection and balance. Epicureanism provides a historical counterpoint to the Stoics, suggesting progress can be achieved through the steady refinement of one's mind, rather than sustained friction. The psychiatrist Viktor Frankl bridged these two worlds. Having survived the ultimate human struggle, he developed a different perspective on how we change. Frankl observed that while some level of hardship is unavoidable, the pain itself has no power to change us. Raw suffering on its own is just damage. He argued that transformation only occurs when we find meaning within the event. It is the individual's interpretation, the way they choose to see the struggle, that facilitates growth. Pain itself remains inert. We only improve when we translate a difficult experience into a usable lesson, turning the event into a source of insight. We distinguish types of friction on a spectrum. Constructive discomfort builds skill, like exercise resulting in a capable you. Unnecessary suffering provides no return. Unmanaged stress breaks down the system without improvement. It is a drain, not a teacher. You cannot grow without facing challenges, but that doesn't mean you must seek out misery. Growth requires engagement with difficulty, not surrender to agony. Suffering does not make you stronger. Understanding it does.